Hi, ladies. I'm Jen Morgan, and I've been helping people structure their messages for traditional and digital media for almost 2 decades. I know that's crazy. And I've noticed that a lot of people struggle with organizing their ideas into what I call a pitch format. So, for my business hack video, I'm going to give you a framework that I use to help my clients edit their self produced media. Now, the first important part is to understand the purpose of this framework. It is supposed to help you separate out, to tease apart the difference between the what you're trying to communicate and the how you're going to communicate it. It's very important that you understand that these are completely different things. What is basically the strategic communication that we want to get out there, but the how is how we're going to deliver it into a story so that it is digestible, right? Easy to understand, and also, connects us with the people that we want to really hear our message. So that's the big aha moment I want you to get here, is that there's a difference between the what and the how, and I'm going to break them both down for you here. First of all, the what. Now, I think you can think about these as the ingredients of your strategic media that makes it compelling. First and foremost, we need a why. Why does the customer care, or the audience member, why do they care? And that is usually a problem that they're struggling with, something that is top of mind to them that's going to have them tune in and be like, oh, I want to hear what this person is saying because I care about it. Next is the what. The what is the key takeaway. The key takeaway, it's the big top icing solution that you're definitely not going to get into the entire thing in a short little 1-minute blog or 1-minute video. But it's the very specific thing that you can say up top that's helpful, and it pulls them further into the media. Then the how. The how is a pragmatic step or 2 or 3 that they can go and do right away. And then make sure that you have positioning. And what I mean is that you need to let people know why they should listen to you right from the jump. At the top of this video, I told you that I've been helping people with their traditional and digital media for almost 2 decades. That puts me into a bracket that is different than many of the other people that you might be surrounded with in terms of their opinions if they like your media or not. Okay, so that's why we use positioning. We want to make sure that we elevate ourselves from the other people that people might be hearing the similar information. All right, and then lastly, we want to have a call to action. Now, call to actions can be different, all based on your strategy or your goal, but we want to make sure that they can get in touch with us again, or they can get more information, and that's the purpose of your call to action. Next, your storytelling style. This is your how. How are we going to deliver the message? Now, what I usually do is that I jot down on a piece of paper the what, and then I start to look at that what, and it gives me ideas for the story that I might tell, or the example I might use, things of that nature. And I think that that's an important way to start to develop your scripts. Now, in terms of giving you a practical thing that you can do, it's not so easy for me to outline. It's really more of a longer term personal development project to create what we call your brand persona or your archetype. And a lot of branding people have great information about archetype and how to develop that. So I really like these 2 people here because they teach a masterclass that I've watched, and I love masterclass. So if you are interested in people who create interesting, simple how-to stuff for creative development, masterclass is really great for that. Usher and Diane von Fosterberg, totally different brands, have a very similar exercise that I'm going to give you here. The exercise is to identify 3 in this case, we're talking about speaking or writing. So you want to identify 3 speakers or writers that you gravitate towards, that you like their style of communication. And then you need to do an analysis of them. Put to words what is different about each one. What do you like about them? What is different about each one? And that's going to give you a starting point for starting to understand what your style is. Once you've identified these 3 people and you've figured out exactly what you think is different about them, I want you to go and create a what outline. And then I want you to create a script for each of your model archetypes or your model speaker writers. You write the script for them, and then you perform the script in their style. Now, what you're going to find is that these performances that you do, these deliveries of the messages, they'll be slightly different, because what you'll be doing is you'll be emphasizing different parts of your own expressive range. I doubt you're going to be a copycat of them. If you do, that would be awesome, and maybe you should be acting. But in this case, what I want you to do is just to think about, how can I stretch myself a little to the left, a little to the right, and become a slightly bigger version of myself by using these other people's styles as a starting point. All right, so in summary, pitch framework. We have our pre-work, our pre-scripting what. Why does our audience care? What, how, position, and you can't see it because my face is in the way, a call to action. Write these down first. You should be able to develop multiple scripts for how to pitch that idea. And so in service of that, what I'd like you to do is to identify 2 or 3 models that you can choose to focus on developing your own voice, your own creative style. Put to words the differences between them, and then create one outline and script it for you from their style and record it. That's it. That's how to organize your ideas into an effective pitch framework. If you found this to be a helpful video, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any other questions about how to create media for marketing purposes, I'd love to know them. And definitely, if you do the exercise, which I really hope that you do, please share your video in the comments below and I'll give you feedback. My name is Jen Morgan, and you can find me at radicallydistinct.com.